Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is episode number 486
486
of Mousesteps Weekly.
Sponsored by MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. Today we're talking all about the Disney Treasure cruise ship, which is the next in the Disney Cruise Line fleet, and we're very excited about it. I actually got to go to a media event. At this point, it's about... When we post this, it'll have been about a week earlier to learn more about the Disney Treasure. And of course, the show, Disney is doing their reveal now.
Let me just say that your event was on the Disney Wish.
Yes, it was.
The sister ship, so that's important to know. Quite the event.
Yes, and but MEI Mouse Fan Travel, they are cruise specialists, and they'll be able to help you with that booking very soon.
And we're looking at some computer-generated footage here of the Disney Treasure.
And the Disney Treasure set sail on 7-night Eastern and Western Caribbean cruises. The first sail date will be an Eastern Caribbean cruise on December 21st, 2024.
Just in time to make it to 2024.
Yes.
Christmas time cruise.
That will be a Christmas cruise. So that would be, yes, for those who are on it. And the Disney Cruise Line Castaway Club members can book a Disney Treasure cruise starting on September 12th, same day as the Disneyland Hotel at Disneyland Paris.
And here you are on the Disney Wish, and you're greeted here by Captain Minnie in her adventure look.
Yes, this is a brand new outfit for the Disney Treasure, and she's holding her telescope, yes. And the Disney Treasure, what really impressed me about it is how so much of it is around the theme of adventure, and they say it's for, really inspired by Walt Disney's sense of adventure and his travels. And I just, and we're going to talk about, some of the venues and such, that, they really go together, I think, very well.
Yeah, Minnie looks great, by the way, in this outfit, and it'll be interesting to see what she does. I'm sure that she'll be in her regular captain's outfit on the Treasure at some times, so it all depends on what kind of activity is going on, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a little ways away until the first sailing, but I'm looking forward to seeing all of that.
You know what? You were one of the very first guests, I guess, to actually meet Captain Minnie in this outfit.
Yes,
it's very exciting.
It was fun, and so it was nice being also on the Disney Wish again. We did sail on the Disney Wish almost exactly 1 year earlier
on your birthday.
On my birthday, and it's hard to believe it has been a year.
It's unbelievable.
The Disney Wish has been sailing for over a year now. So, and we have about that much time, a little more, until the Disney Treasure sets sail.
So let's start looking at the Disney Treasure. We're going to talk about some of the aspects of the ship. This is very exciting. Plaza de Coco, which is going to be the one of the restaurants.
Yeah, this is where the Frozen, if you've been on the Disney Wish and you get to see Frozen in the round, this is Plaza de Coco, will be a theatrical dining experience in the round, themed to Disney and Pixar film Coco. And because these are 7-night cruises, there's going to be two, you're going to come here twice, and they'll be different each time.
Yeah, it was very interesting. 2 completely different shows, different music.
Different menus. This is the costumes that we will be seeing the servers wearing, and I'm looking forward to seeing. I love Coco, it's one of my favorite Pixar films, so to see and hear the music and the dancing and all that.
And I think you have just a little bit more information.
Right. Disney says the story of Miguel and his family will continue where it left off on screen as they gather in Mariachi Plaza to take us on a colorful, music-filled journey that celebrates family memories and togetherness with a dinner menu of modern twists on traditional Mexican fare and live entertainment. But also, on the second night, families will gather for the second night of food and entertainment at Plaza de Coco, where Miguel will reunite with his great-great-grandparents, Hector and Mama Imelda, by transporting them to the town square in Santa Cecilia with the help of his magic guitar.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
I can't wait.
So moving on, next is the Skipper Society. We're going to look at a few of the bars on the ship.
And this is part of the Disney Theme Park Adventures on the High Seas, where they're kind of bringing in the theme park inspiration here. And this is themed to the iconic Jungle Cruise attraction. This is the first time that they have done this. And there's going to be references to the famous attraction through the space, including a monkey-shaped chandelier to postcards and luggage tags brought back from travels abroad. And then guests will indulge in themed cocktails and light snacks and have live entertainment as well.
And this next one is very exciting for me, the Periscope Pub.
I think this is going to be such a hit for theme park fans. And certainly it looks like it will be one of my favorite spaces, themed to 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, the movie, and the former theme park attraction. And there's going to be submarine-style interiors that will call upon 19th century steampunk influences with polished metals and industrial touches throughout. And then there's going to be a mysterious window into the mythical depths of the uncharted oceans.
I like this angle on some of the footage here showing the ceiling. You know, it kind of giving you that feel of being underwater. Very exciting. I look forward to that.
And I got to use like an iPad to kind of look around. Yeah. So they gave us iPads in a couple areas and, you know, just to kind of have like a look,
It's
virtual
so cool
look.
though, because it's the same location on the Disney Wish, but it's going to be the Disney Treasure version of the Periscope Pub. So it's kind of everywhere you look, you'll see the updated version on the Treasure.
Right, and you can see that carpet, which is embroidered with they say a bold print to honor Captain Nemo's fabled nemesis, the giant squid. So I'm looking, you know, this is one of those places. I think this was my top so far of everything announced that I'm looking forward to. Although the Coco, Plaza de Coco, very much. Jumbo Sweets is themed to Zootopia. It's reminiscent of the popular ice cream parlor Jumbo Cafe from Disney's Zootopia, and you're going to see a sculpture of Officer Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde. And this location is very similar to Joyful Sweets. If you've been on the Disney Wish, I mean, everything's pretty much going to be familiar. And so you'll have also 20 flavors of homemade gelato, 16 flavors of ice cream. Of course, this is an extra cost location. And also like cupcakes probably and such, just like on the Disney Wish.
So now we're looking at the Grand Hall.
So the Grand Hall is Aladdin themed, and it's beautiful. You have the sculpture there of Aladdin and Jasmine.
And I see the genie's lamp there also.
And so guests will find dedicated shows, character encounters, and musical performances here. And it says, as the story unfolds for guests on the Disney Treasure, the Aladdin-themed Grand Hall will serve as the ship's most prominent gathering space, inspiring wonder and exploration during each voyage.
And more importantly, the entrance to 1923 restaurant.
And that returns. That will be back on the Disney Treasure, just as it is on the Disney Wish. That was one of our favorite restaurants.
Now, Sarabi.
This is going to be a central hub for a multitude of daytime activities and adult-exclusive evening entertainment. And Disney says it will evoke the natural beauty and openness of the savannah, where its namesake, the lioness matriarch from Disney's The Lion King, lived.
And this would be the equivalent of where Luna is in the Disney Wish, and that's where we went to make changes, dining changes, things like that.
And now we're going to talk a little bit about accommodations. This is a porthole stateroom, and you can see Agrabah there with Aladdin and Jasmine on the flying carpet. And really a beautiful room. I'm a big fan of the Disney Cruise Line rooms, although I've only stayed in one of these, a veranda stateroom before.
Yeah, these look very familiar to me.
Yes, and this is kind of looking back here. So you can see the pull down.
Yeah, we've never had to use that, but I know it's in there.
Yes, and so also there is a Tomorrow Tower Suite, which is about almost 2,000 square feet, and it is themed to, inspired by EPCOT. And the Tomorrow Tower Suite is set high in the Disney Treasure's forward funnel. It's a one-of-a-kind suite that overlooks the ship's top deck. And I mentioned already the 2,000 square feet of living space. And it will sleep 8 guests and features designated areas for eating, sleeping, and playing, as well as other perks like a full kitchen and an ensuite elevator. And we've seen some of the EPCOT nods there.
And we can talk more about the theming on the other staterooms.
Right. There's 1,256 staterooms on board, and you're going to have custom artwork and design elements from films like Aladdin, Pocahontas, Up, and Encanto.
And as you see here, also The Lion King.
And the carpet reminds me a little bit of the Animal Kingdom Lodge.
That's true. So now the Aqua Mouse.
So there's going to be a new adventure for the Aqua Mouse, The Curse of the Golden Egg. And this is in addition to the 2 that you have on the Disney Wish.
Right.
So both ships will have 3 adventures. And the Aqua Mouse will introduce an all-new storyline that follows Mickey and Minnie on a zany adventure, misadventure,
of course.
into an ancient temple. Guests will journey with the pair as they embark on a tour of mysterious ruins for a glimpse of the legendary treasure within and encounter a series of hilarious mishaps and booby traps that take the trek in unexpected directions.
Curse of the Golden Egg. That sounds exciting. Now
That
we're
should
going to
be
look
fun.
at some of the youth spaces. Everything we're about to see is pretty much similar to what is currently on the Disney Wish.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's really too much of anything different here. You've got Star Wars Cargo Bay, which will be the only Star Wars location on board. We're not going to have the hyperspace launch. There's going to be something else that at this moment that we're recording this has not been announced.
Right, I was going to say, as you bring that up, that's the big question. Everyone wants to know what is going to go into that location.
And we have an idea, but right now we're looking at the kids' gloves.
Yes, we are. The
And-
Imagineering Lab, which is, I'm Imagineering in my mind to make up this stuff here.
And can I say, I wish all of this was around when I was a kid. I went to Walt Disney World and as a kid, but to have something on a ship with like the Walt Disney Imagineering Lab would have been amazing to me at that age.
It would be amazing to me even at this age.
Oh no! of course, but
I quite
especially
love it in there.
especially as a kid.
So let's talk about the Worlds of Marvel. This was from the event you were at in the Worlds of Marvel, and we have Spider-Man here making a appearance.
And I guess this happens on board, on the Disney Wish. But when we were on it last year, we did not see Spider-Man.
It was
in
added
here.
after we had sailed, apparently.
Right. So on the Disney Treasure, there's going to be 2 different shows. Avengers, Quantum Encounter, it's going to be the same, but there'll be another
A few
one.
little tweaks, they said, to that show.
And I'm just going to say there's nothing announced officially.
Yeah, there's a second show, but we don't know anything about it.
Not yet.
Not yet.
But
to come.
TBD.
That's right.
But I met Spider-Man.
It was really great when you met Spider-Man. He was quite dancing there. And all of a sudden the music stopped.
It was really funny because he was saying something to me and then really loudly but the music was loud and then the music stopped and he's like, I'm so embarrassed.
I love the Worlds of Marvel though, the color, the way when they do it with Spider-Man. I think it's really cool. For us, we've not seen this before, so it was a little special.
And I felt really fortunate to be able to be on board and each of us have been sailing for 25 years now since the inception of the Disney Cruise Line. I mean, I sailed the Disney Magic in October of 1998. When did you sail?
It was whenever the first year was. So
1998,
yes.
right?
So and I've been on the Magic, the Wonder, the Dream, the Fantasy, and the Wish.
Right.
So that's everything so far.
And the only one I have not sailed on so far is the Disney Wonder, which I've talked to several...
You were on it. You told me you visited it.
I have visited it, yes. Back when I was a travel agent years ago, I was able to go on board occasionally, to tour and to have lunch. And I did go on the Disney Wonder for that once, as well as a Disney Magic, which is, of course, the first one that we both sailed upon because that was the first ship.
But it looks very exciting. I can't wait to hear more and sail on the Disney Treasure.
And I feel bad we didn't mention too much about the kids' clubs, but again, it's pretty much the same. Marvel Superhero Academy, Fairy Tale Hall, Walt Disney Imagineering Lab, Star Wars Cargo
Well, there's
Bay.
a lot more. There's a lot more we didn't talk about.
Right, there really is. Like in the Walt Disney, in the theater, there's going to be a 3rd show. And so they have not announced what that will be. There's still announcements to be made.
But you do know the other 2 shows.
Yes, Beauty and the Beast and Disney Sees the Adventure.
Which is a great show.
Yes,
I love that show.
was going to say, I love Disney Sees the Adventure. So that is what we know, a lot of it from the Disney Treasure. And I guess we'll talk about it more soon, and especially if there's any other announcements made.
And once again, the important dates?
Important dates. December 21st is the first cruise of 2024. But Castaway Club members can book a Disney Treasure cruise as early as September 12th. And bookings will open to all guests on September 20th. So get in your request to MEI and Mouse Fan Travel. I'm going to throw that in there. And also, if you're heading to Disneyland Paris, September 12th is that day. Disneyland Hotel. We don't know the date yet for the opening.
As you can see on the screen, we are at Planet Hollywood. We were invited out to Planet Hollywood. It just happened to be right around your birthday, so it was a very nice night out. On our way in, we're taking a look at some of the props here.
It has been a while since we've dined inside at Planet Hollywood. We have done the happy hour outside and such. So Planet Hollywood is a 4-story restaurant with a wealth of rotating movie memorabilia, and I did not.
That sounds like a tongue twister.
It is a tongue twister. I did not remember that the movie memorabilia can change,
right.
So it can be a little different every time you go.
Speaking of rotating, although this wheel does not rotate, we have the Wheel of Goodness here. What is the official name of this?
It's called a High Roller Sampler, and it has we really like the world famous chicken crunch. That's my favorite item here.
Oh, that's my favorite. There are a lot of items I like on this wheel. The shrimp is very nice.
And the buffalo wings, Texas tostados, 5 cheese dip, and the fried jumbo shrimp. So this serves about 4 guests, although it's really nice. Like if you had a large party, you could do little samplings and then decide what you like and then order like a full-size appetizer of it. So also there's a 4,500 square foot video wall we're going to look at. And then we're looking at drinks here, although this one is not the one you ordered.
Yes, it was a bonus drink, but this is your the
Pineapple Express. And it has Sky Infusions, blood orange vodka, and pineapple vodka and such in it. And really nice. It was a hot day.
Speaking of nice, what a nice surprise. Look at this, the Mousesteps logo blazing on these giant screens. They gave us a great seat also, by the way.
We got a great seat, had a lot to look at, and also, I've never had anything at Planet Hollywood on the big screen, and it really is very cool. Yeah, it's not the only thing.
Yeah, there was no warning. I was actually doing recording, getting some shots of the appetizer, the wheel, and then all of a sudden I see Mousesteps. But it didn't end there, and later on in the show we'll see what happens.
I just want to say, if you have a celebration, just let the host know or your server know, and they can put it up there on those screens. And it really is a special experience. And the one thing about Planet Hollywood, it's really big for celebrations, tour groups and such.
Sing-alongs.
Yes, sing-alongs. They have Sweet Caroline. And it wasn't busy at this time, but at other times we've been here, when it's really busy,
it's blasting. Let it go. The whole place will be singing along.
I mean, you feel it inside when they do that, because everybody's singing and really enjoying themselves.
And there's Denise. There's our seat there, right in the center on the second floor, looking right at the screen. Here come the 2 giant drinks.
And this was very off time. I asked for 2 p.m. So later on, it started getting busier.
Right.
You had the Perfect Storm in a 36-ounce souvenir glass that does get to come home. I will say it's like a heavy plastic.
Someone else liked that drink. It wasn't just me drinking that.
It
Perfect
was good.
Storm.
It includes rum, vodka, gin, and tequila.
Delicious.
And here we're looking, I had the sirloin steak. It's called the Bistro Sirloin Steak, 10 ounces with hand-cut steak fries, which I really like the steak fries. My favorite thing, though, was the green bean blend. Surprisingly, was so tasty. I enjoyed it all, though.
It was a generous portion. I was fortunate to be able to have some that came home, so that was very nice.
And me too. So this is a barbecue ribs. You had
St.
Louis
nice.
style pork ribs.
Delicious, absolutely delicious. The barbecue sauce is great. It was just. You didn't need any kind of really knife or anything. The meat just kind of fell off the bone. It was great, and I love the presentation on the little picnic table there with the Fritz.
Yes, and normally when we'd come, I like the Guy Fieri burgers.
Yes.
I'm a fan of those. So next time when we come, that's probably what I'll go for. But you really enjoyed the ribs. I liked my steak, and
2 winners.
Yeah, it was a very nice meal. And we're on to dessert now.
We ended up having to take a bit home because we knew dessert was coming. We started off with the appetizer. We're just going to take a very quick look at some of the rotating decor around here.
And you've got Rocky. A lot of films that were from my youth. Even
look at this! Happy birthday with your favorite character.
And the PR person, she was so nice and asking me, I mentioned my birthday offhand, and she's. Oh, what's your favorite character?
little did we know it would be emblazoned on that screen, and we even had a little birthday. Well, we ordered a dessert, which was a cake, but turned into a birthday cake. And
I totally
what
forgot.
a fun job you did!
I totally forgot there was a candle. like I don't even remember that moment.
You know why you don't remember? Because we had this. That's why.
And so I did not remember how big this brownie sundae martini was. I ordered the chocolate layered cake, and then you ordered this, and it is, it really is more for like 4 people. And even then you might not finish it. That is like, I would not be surprised if that's a whole can of whipped cream.
Just like the kitchen sink, a whole can.
And then you have the brownie pieces, and really just incredible.
And this was the other dessert that you had, the chocolate cake.
And it was really good. It was, it's not my favorite of the chocolate. It wouldn't be what I would order again. There's so many good desserts here. It's good, but it's not quite like Linda's fudge cake good from the Cheesecake Factory. Like, well, I enjoyed it though.
After we had that giant
the
martini,
brownie, I would go with the martini if we had enough people, not 2 people. Or they have milkshakes. I mean, they have some really fantastic desserts. So, everybody has chocolate cake.
I can't wait to go back. I mean, it was a fun time. That's the whole thing. We had fun. It was a well-needed fun time out.
There's nothing like it, Planet Hollywood at Disney Springs, and we already are planning to go back after our travels in October. I really had a good time. You can also dine outside if you want. I had asked about that, but they were not seating too much outside at that time.
It was very hot. It was in the high 90s that day, so
right.
I could see that.
Yes. And but thank you also to Susan for inviting us, and to Planet Hollywood. It's really a fun restaurant, and we had a good time.
And believe it or not, that is another show. We want to thank our sponsor, MEI Travel and Mouse Fan Travel. They will be very busy with all this Disney Cruise Line.
There's so much.
Disneyland.
And Disneyland Paris. Right. I'm really thinking so much about both at the moment. I mean, the Disney Treasure, there's so much really good IP on there that is of interest to me. Mm-hmm. So to be able to be in those spaces, I'm really looking forward to.
It does seem, at least to me, it seems more for adults than the Disney Wish.
It does feel like that to me. It feels more like, like if you think of the Nautilus, it's not something that's in... I don't think kids are like, oh, the Nautilus,
right, Right.
It's more of a little more of an adult fan type of thing, although there's still so many spaces for kids, too. It feels like a Disney fan type of a ship. And also, I just want to mention the Disneyland Paris. Mm-hmm. The Disneyland Hotel, I think, is going to be incredible. It's been closed for like 2 years now, and they've been redoing it.
Princess themed.
Well, we don't want to say princess themed. It's like a royal.
Oh, royal.
Themed.
Okay, I see.
So if you've ever been to the Art of Marvel, the Hotel New York, the Art of Marvel, I mean, because they closed it and redid it, they really leaned into that theme. It's all Marvel. And this is going to be all royal. And I think it's going to be a wonderful redo. Not that the hotel needed a redo, but if you're, to me, if you're going to redo it well into one theme. And I think it's going to be magnificent.
A lot to look forward to. And
yes.
We still have to get through Halloween.
Which Halloween? Halloween at Disneyland?
Oogie Boogie Bash
Halloween
will be coming up.
Paris.
The day that this is released, we will be attending the very first Oogie Boogie Bash.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
As long as everything goes according to plan.
Right. That's the plan.
And then we'll be at another Oogie Boogie Bash. So we'll have an Oogie Boogie show coming up the following week after that. And then it's time to ring in the Halloween season at Disneyland Paris. But it's also time to say goodbye to the 30th anniversary at Disneyland Paris.
That will be very sad that it's going. But Disneyland Paris has such great entertainment. It's always sad when it leaves.
So thanks again for listening. Have a great week. And we'll see you all next week.
Have a great week.